We have been living in this Airstream behind us for the past 5 years on and off. It started out with just the two of us living in it.
It was great. There was enough space.
Yeah. And then we got a dog. And a month later, after getting the dog, we found out that I was pregnant. So 2 quickly became 4. We re-renovated the Airstream, but we really had to utilize the space because we're in 200 square feet with 4 people and it can get tight at times.
I guess our dog is a people.
It's kind of like a people.
While there's hundreds of reasons why we love this lifestyle, there's definitely a lot of issues and struggles with it. And hopefully by us creating this video, we can help you guys out there that are wanting to move into a tiny house, an Airstream, or like van life. Some of our tips are going to be about family, but others are just going to be general.
Noise. When you live in an Airstream and you're in RV parks, parking on the side of the road, like there's gonna be noise, there's gonna be traffic, there's gonna be other RVers out partying late. You're gonna hear a lot with your thin walls. And as a family too, when you're living in a small space with a child that goes to bed earlier than you try to, be reasonably quiet so that they can stay asleep. And some ways we've been able to do that is a sound machine is a must. It's great for us too, Sia and I as well. It's really nice to drown out the other noise. Earplugs are also great. Something that I recommend also is to expose your child to noise when they're sleeping, when they're really young. Start when they're a baby, because as they get older, they'll be able to sleep through anything, and that is such a gift.
I didn't realize how much of a struggle it was going to be to find level ground to park on, and leveling the Airstream front and back and side to side. It's so much extra work to do that I did not anticipate when we got into this lifestyle. And if you're off by like a degree or 2, it feels like you're walking uphill and downhill, just going up and down your Airstream. And that can get really annoying, especially when you're sleeping. And also the shaking. Whenever somebody walks around or moves or shifts a chair, you feel it. Everybody feels it, which gets really annoying at night when you're trying to sleep and you just want a still bed and someone goes in and out of the Airstream or walks around and you're shaking in your own bed.
Or in and out of the kitchen, Sia.
Or in and out of the fridge.
Packing up the Airstream, setting up the Airstream, it gets a little much when you're doing it so often. I don't want to do it anymore. And especially when you have a child and like you're already on the road for hours at a time and you have to get there and set up, and it's a lot already for them to be in the car so long. And then you have to do all the tear down and lucky for me, I take care of everything inside the Airstream, so I pack it all up and set it all up again, and Sia does all the outside stuff, so he's dealing with all like the poopy stuff, the stinky slinky, and I'm okay with that.
You're going to be dealing with a lot of repairs on the road. It's way more than you think, especially if you're going with something vintage, something that breaks down over time. It seems as though no matter how many renovations we do in this thing, something always breaks, something always goes wrong, something always needs updating. It's kind of never ending. And you're going to have to get comfortable doing these repairs. Water shouldn't be coming out of there, right? You're gonna have all the tools. I'm gonna have to get a light to see under here to be able to fix your own problems on the road. Hey! You can't rely on mechanics when you're on the road. You don't know where you're gonna be, you don't know where you're gonna break down. It's not gonna be conveniently in front of a mechanic's place. So you need to carry your own tools and you need to be able to solve your own problems. Space and privacy are definitely an issue for a little family in a little space.
We need more physical space for our daughter because she's getting bigger.
Yeah, at first it worked out for her in her little room.
Yeah.
But we knew that eventually this was going to become her bed. And then maybe we'll put like some curtains here so she gets her own privacy. We get our own privacy.
Yeah. Being on opposite sides of the Airstream as far away as possible, and so it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Gotta keep the magic alive. And now a short break from this video to hear about a special RV product. We want to give a special thanks to Brooklyn Bedding for sponsoring this video. We designed a space for our daughter to sleep for the first 4 years of her life, but we knew that she would eventually outgrow it and we would have to move that spot to another area in the Airstream. So when Brooklyn Bedding reached out to us and said, hey, we have RV mattresses, do you want one? We're like, absolutely. This is like perfect timing.
We were thrilled that there was finally a mattress company that specializes in RV mattresses. Because most of the times, the mattresses that are in RVs are meant to be cheap and lightweight. You want your mattress to be good quality. And a lot of the times, the mattresses don't conform to the same sizes that regular household mattresses do. And designs like ours, our Airstream is entirely custom. It's such a struggle to find the right mattress size. That was before we knew about Brooklyn Bedding. They have a ton of different mattress sizes on their website according to your RV.
Brooklyn Bedding makes affordable and very comfortable mattresses. Sia likes to call me Princess in the Pea, which I think is accurate because I am super picky when it comes to mattresses. How was the sleep? Perfect. I didn't want to get out of bed. We ordered the Aurora Luxe in a twin XL, which will perfectly fit our odd size front dining room table area. It comes in soft, medium, and firm. We ordered soft because we prefer soft mattresses. I deal with neck pain, so I tend to do better when I'm on a softer mattress.
They use eco-friendly products, which is so important to us in this space. And the top layer is made of copper flex foam, which makes it cooler for sleeping, antimicrobial, and gives it strength from wear and tear over time. And this company stands by their products. They're so confident that you're gonna love this mattress that they have a 120-night trial. That's good customer service. And they're offering a 20% discount for you. When you check out, just enter Kristen and Sia and get 20% off.
Now, back to the video. Regulating the temperature in the Airstream is also a job, depending on where you are. If you're in a humid climate, you want to make sure it doesn't get too humid in here. If you're somewhere really hot, you don't want it to be hot and dry. You don't want it to get too dry in here because the wood can start cracking. If you're somewhere also really hot, you have to have the AC on all the time. We have a new AC and it's still on the louder side, so you're constantly hearing that loud like humming noise, which can be annoying at times, especially when you're filming. You gotta turn off the AC and sweat buckets while you're filming. If you live in an Airstream, you 110% need one of these. It reads the humidity levels as well as the temperature, especially now that we're in such a humid climate here in Costa Rica.
There's a definite lack of community when you're on the road. Sure, you get to see beautiful places and new sights, but you don't have neighbors that stick around very long. You don't have like the same kids that come and call on your child to go out and play. You're on the road and you're like a vagabond. And I found that we really did start missing community. And that's why we shipped this Airstream here to a community in Costa Rica so that we can have both these lifestyles together.
Grocery shopping. I mean, I love grocery shopping, but sometimes I don't feel like doing it, especially when it's like multiple times a week, which is what we have to do in our case when there's 4 of us. We make Atlas's food as well, so we have a little fridge with little space, and we can only get so many, items in that fridge at a time. So we have to just shop more often.
Finding spots to sleep is sometimes a big struggle, especially during high season. During high season, places get booked up months and months in advance. And if you're exhausted after a day of driving and you just want to park, relax, that might not happen some days. I recommend planning way in advance if you can. If you know where you're going to be, book sites in advance. Definitely during high season and in popular areas.
Laundry. When you're constantly on the road, especially if you're moving around a lot, like daily or every other day, it gets hard to find a time to do laundry or a spot to do laundry. We do have a portable one. It's like a washer and then spin dryer, but it's small. You can only do a certain amount at a time. And then if you're constantly moving, there's not enough time for everything to dry. So everything just accumulates, especially with a child. There's like Parents, you know how much laundry you get with a child. It can get difficult at times. We also do carry a line so we can hang dry stuff, but if you're moving around so much and there's not enough sun to dry your clothes fast, then you're dealing with like damp clothes and then you end up having to wash them again. Sometimes when you're living this lifestyle, it feels like you have several full-time jobs, and then you're a parent on top of that. It's just like, why do I not? Can I clone myself? Please.
Physically moving your Airstream, your van, your tiny house around the continent can get very annoying at times, especially when you're checking in and out of RV parks or campgrounds constantly. You're checking in and out of places, which is time consuming, and that can eat up parts of your day. Sometimes we don't even know where we're going to sleep, and we're literally wandering around trying to find places to sleep, or we show up to parks and they're closed, or they don't have sites. There's some apps that we use to find like free places to stay, but even when you get there, it might be full. That spot that you were able to sleep in has somebody already there. Now you gotta drive another 10 kilometers down the road to find a new site. It gets annoying.
Cleaning up, you gotta do it daily, all the time. When you're living in such a small space, everything gets dirty a lot quicker, and then you have a child and a dog in there as well, and it's just like you're constantly cleaning. Food on the ground, toys everywhere, and I just feel like a big chunk of my day every day is spent to just cleaning up our home. So for cleaning supplies, we have like the little versions of everything. This is actually a toy that Kai got, but it works great. It's a little mop. We have a little broom that folds up. We got this at an RV shop. It's by Camco. And then we have a little vacuum as well, a little Dyson that works really well.
Internet is such a struggle on the road. I can't express it enough. Some days we just have to give in and go and like work in a coffee shop all day because we work online, and if you rely on the internet, you're just gonna struggle in this realm. You'll be dropping in and out of reception, and you can't be hotspotting like all day, every day off your phone. There are certain devices available to give you internet. I mean, Starlink is available in certain areas that relies on satellites. There's also Skyroam, which is a device that we've used for years and years around the world, and it works great when it works. But certain areas it doesn't work because it relies on cell reception. So if you're outside of an area without cell reception, your Skyroam, your internet is not going to work. Certain RV parks have Wi-Fi available if you're lucky and you're parked close enough to the modem. Something we've realized in the Airstream is because it's all metal on the outside, it's very reflective of any signals that are coming in. So on the inside, we might be not getting any Wi-Fi, and we step outside and it's full bars. Less EMFs on the inside of this Airstream. I could go for the Wi-Fi though.
We can't really have guests over. I mean, we can, but they can't really sleep inside with us, especially now that we're turning the front of the Airstream into Kai's bedroom. There's no space for extra people. They're gonna have to bring a tent if they want to stay with us. You want people to like be able to enjoy the Airstream, but there's just not enough space. Sorry. But sometimes that's a good thing. I also really enjoy my own space. Towing the Airstream, something that I know very little about. Well, I know it from the passenger perspective because I am terrified of towing the Airstream, just constantly worried that you're gonna crash your entire home. Imagine you were towing your entire house with all of your belongings, everything you own with you everywhere. Accidents happen on the road every single day, and it's just terrifying knowing that your whole house is with you and could just like, you could just lose everything. I have to like channel my inner Zen mode to get through some of our trips. You're gonna wanna have the right equipment. You wanna make sure that your vehicle can tow the weight. You wanna make sure things like your brakes and all that, everything is in order, and you feel comfortable hitting the road. Or you just get a Sia. He's really good at it.